Underground radio.
What does it mean to be underground? It means you gotta be free to be underground. Yo, you got your own key when you're underground. If you're listening to me, yo, you underground.
You're underground. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Connected with Cari here on JESSTV, JESSFM Underground Radio C, of course, obviously. And we're also live through Roku TV 101. As I say, it's never a secret. Go to your Roku TV, download the 101 app, and you will kind of like scroll through that and look for JESSTV. And then you will download the app, and there we will be huge live on your screen, just like a movie theater. Ooh, it's amazing. What's also very cool about watching it on Roku TV is that JESSFM during the day sometimes plays movies. So it's actually like a movie theater. So it's pretty cool. So you get many shows during the week. Mine, of course, prime time on the weekend. Can't go wrong with that. And then you get scattered movies throughout, which is really super cool. Sometimes we even play movies, excuse me, from some of the guests that have been on the shows that are like in a movie production or actors, whatever. They will actually send in their movies and we play them. So it's super cool. Like I had, and also good morning to those in Italy, because we are streaming through the NCG television network in Italy as well. And yes, I've had people from Italy on the show. I'm almost going to want to call it Good Morning Italy because it's like 2 a.m. over there. So grab your cappuccinos, as always, folks, and sit down, have fun. And yes, we're going to get into it. But yes, I was just going to say we've had a movie producer from Italy on, and we played his movie before too. So if you want to get in touch with us, come on the show, have some fun, do the things. We welcome you, and just contact us either through JESSFM, through there, and or through Underground Radio C there. So I am getting notifications that my screen is blurry, but we will manage that. It's all okay because it's live streaming. And over here in Alberta, we've had some snow. Calgary, it snowed last night, so maybe there's some interruptions with Wi-Fi. Who knows? It's been interesting. And today's topic also has something to do with water, but not the frozen kind. It has to do with more of the liquidy kind. And if you didn't read the post and you didn't know who's coming on this evening, I have a very interesting guest who has also won, as you know, I've won Canadian Choice Awards 3 years in a row. My guest has also won Canadian Choice Awards. And I thought it would be kind of nice to have a fellow award winner on to be able to discuss their business, because I don't think some Canadian businesses get enough recognition for the work that we put in. That's also why we're award winners, is because we're doing things behind the scenes that maybe no one really recognizes. And I figure this is an opportunity for award winners to come on and kind of shine their bright lights in our eyes and go, hey, this is me, this is who I am, this is what I'm doing for fellow Canadians. So without further ado, I bring in a fellow Canadian. Welcome.
Hey. Well, that was quite the introduction.
Rob, how are you?
I am very well, thank you. And I like to think that I'm on here because I am the promise of summer to come. So for those who don't know who I am, my name is Rob. I am involved in swimming pools. I've been in swimming pools for about 30 years now. As my host has mentioned, we have won awards for the companies. I've won them personally. And we just like to share this information with people. So the neat thing about some of my awards is that they are awards that are given in the USA. So as a Canadian being recognized by USA awards people, I like to think, hey, you know, I must be doing something right.
That's amazing, because I don't have any US awards. But
you need to get in
maybe one day get a swimming pool. Okay. We're going to swim backwards for a moment, because I would really love for you to tell us a bit about, I mean, you did your introduction, yes. However, what was the kind of like that moment where you thought you wanted to do this, be in this industry and work with, I don't know, did you want to just work with water? Do you love pools? What was the, okay, I want to actually do this as a career? And I just want to stick you on a solo screen because you deserve the spotlight. So take it away.
Well, the nice thing about the swimming pool industry is that I'm in the residential stuff. I'm not in the commercial stuff. Residential swimming pool stuff is essentially not regulated. So what that means is that even though we try and make sure that we follow those same guidelines as the commercial stuff, it's not enforceable. Like, we don't have the health department coming into our personal backyards and saying, hey, listen, like, this is off, this is right, this is wrong. Now, when I got into swimming pools, I've done a lot of things over my career. I'm a licensed carpenter. I drove tractor trailer in the US for 10 years or 12 years or something like that. And that's actually the catalyst that brought me into this, because I had a tractor trailer. A friend of mine who builds swimming pools here in Ottawa, I've known him since we moved out to where I am, just outside of Ottawa. And with the transport driving, I actually busted up my shoulder, and I was on insurance, like a disability insurance. And he phoned me up and he said, hey, do you want to make some money, or do you want to just sit there on the couch watching Maury Povich? And I was like, well, if those are my only two options, I'd rather make the money. So I bought a tanker so that I could haul water for swimming pools, and that's how it really all started. For the most part, my season was like extremely short, because when he started building pools in May, they didn't start to get filled till June, and then he was done in August. So I had a very, very short window with the truck delivering water to try and make enough money. And as you know, to make a year's worth of income in 4 months is very tough. But it happened. And that's when I said, hey, you know what? This is actually for an industry where you don't need a high level of certification. You don't need a high level of education. There's no master's, no MBA, there's none of that stuff, right? To make that kind of money right off the hop was perfect. So I started lengthening my season. So I would start doing pool openings. I'd start doing pool closings. So I was starting to work before the water had to be delivered and after the water was finished delivering. And then over the winter time, instead of just twiddling my thumbs and eating snacks on the couch watching movies, I decided to take courses. And I took course after course after course. And that's when my involvement with the US stuff came in, because National Swimming Pool Foundation down in the United States recognized my credentials, and they actually flew a headhunter up to Canada to meet with me to say, hey, listen, would you be interested in being an instructor for National Swimming Pool Foundation? So I said, hey, sure, I'm willing to do anything. I flew down to California. I spent 3 absolutely torturous days doing the instructor school. Over those 3 days, I lost something close to 12 pounds just from stress. And I came back as an instructor. And so now not only do we have the regular customer base where we do the physical work for, I travel around the world teaching swimming pool stuff to both pool technicians as well as the regular homeowner. So that's where we are.
Instead of 3 torturous days, I thought you were going to say 3 wonderful weeks.
No, they were not. Okay, so the way the instructor school goes is they give you 4 modules out of the CPO certification handbook, and you have to learn these things front to back. And when you're in the actual instructor school, they give you pointers, don't stand in front of the camera because, you get a great big silhouette on the screen, this kind of stuff. When somebody asks you a question, repeat the question so everybody can hear it. But the 4 modules is what really plays an important part. So your first one is your test module. So everybody gets up there and they completely pooch that. All right. And that gives you food for thought as to how to get better to present the other 3 modules. Now, the other 3 modules is a 2 out of 3. So you can either pass the course, You can fail the course, or you can get what they call as a provisional pass. Okay. I got up, and the first module I did, the guy didn't like me, the way my teaching style whatsoever, and I got to fail. So now it was like, oh, I got to get these other two or else. All
Okay,
right.
but did
So
he
I did the
fail
second
you?
module. I'm sorry?
Just wait. Did he fail you because he didn't like it, or you just didn't get it across properly? What
Well,
was
I mean,
the...
you know, I stood in front of the camera. I had it partially blocked, you know, twice. And so for him, it's like X, you know,
okay. It wasn't like a personal, like...
no, it wasn't a personal thing. No, it
Okay.
wasn't. No, it was nothing like that. They don't get emotional over it. But he just didn't like, you know, the fact that I was standing in front of the camera. You know, I was maybe a little soft on some of the material. You know, I mean, it was a long time ago. So, I mean, I don't really remember why he didn't like it, but I got an X on the first one. The second one I got up and I absolutely nailed. So that was perfect. And then my last module, I had this little older lady from Tennessee. She had the sweetest accent on her. I mean, she was as sweet as peach cobbler. I mean, absolutely sweet as a button.
Oh.
The guy who got up before me, he said one of the wrong things and she exploded. And, you know, it's like, oh my goodness, you know, like, I mean, this is horrible because she's my make or break, right? Because if I got a provisional, what that means is that you have to have somebody from the education committee fly up to Canada and sit in on one of your classes to see whether you're doing a good job or not. Well, you have to bear the cost of the flight, the accommodation, the meals. I mean, it's basically carte blanche for them. So, I mean, if they want to fly in on a private jet, you're paying the private jet. I mean, it was that crazy. So I was, you know, like, you know, in brick mode, right? Wondering, is this going to work? And then when she reamed at this other guy, I was like, ooh, positive spin downwards. But I got up there. I did my module presentation. She tried to stump me like she was stumping everybody else, and I managed to get through it. She gave me the pass, and here I am, Rob, the instructor.
Rob the instructor. Oh.
Rob the instructor. Yeah.
Take us through. Okay, so now you're the instructor. What would be like the next step after for an instructor? Do you get to, like you're saying, you get to fly all over the world if you wanted to and teach? So what are these, like, what are you teaching when you go to an individual place?
Okay, so there's a whole bunch of different courses that I actually am certified to instruct. The main one that I do quite often is the Certified Pool and Spa Operator. So in Canada, that's the course that you need to have in order to operate a commercial facility, which is why that's the major course. It's a major course through all of North America, and it's also taught in 135 countries around the world, which is what has afforded me the opportunity to be able to travel around. This particular course has been around for over 50 years now, and it's very, very well known in the swimming pool industry. And as I say, meets the criteria needed to operate a commercial facility. So yeah, I mean, I just, you know, people hear my name and they recognize the name. I go to a lot of the pool conferences. If memory serves, I contacted you when I was down in Long Beach teaching. And that was actually a class that I wrote because they wanted a 1 hour class on a certain topic. So I wrote that up myself. And I was down there presenting it when I came across your stuff. And I don't even remember how, to be quite honest. But I think it was maybe a post on Facebook.
Yes. Well, it was the Canadian Choice Awards posting. And I had actually, well, because I follow Canadian Choice Awards with my personal Facebook and I follow it with my business.
Gotcha.
So
okay.
so that it's continuously coming up and I know who's going, because sometimes the owners will comment on it, but it won't show their business. And sometimes a business will comment and do things, but I won't know who the owner is. So
Fair
there's
enough.
so if there's a variety of different people that are commenting on it, then I can get kind of both angles of who they are. So I can contact them and go, hey, like, I'm interested in having you on, or congratulations, or whatever. So that's what it was. It was a post congratulating all the winners. And then I had said, that I would welcome those coming on to the show because, again, I wanted to highlight the Canadian businesses coming on and congratulate them kind of in person, going, hey, like, congratulations on what you're doing, and to share the stories, like, what are you doing? Why did you decide to do this business? And how is it helping our Canadian economy and things like that? So, yeah, and I kind of said, well, you mentioned, no, I would probably like to come on. And I said something about like, it would be a challenge or something about a challenge to have businesses on. And you said challenge accepted or something. So.
Well, I mean, I do try to have a sense of humor. I find that if you can't laugh in life, then it's a really bad existence. So yeah, I mean, it's great. And technically, both of my companies, all three of my companies have won awards through Canadian Choice. So the Robco Water, right? I'm allowed to wear this. The Robco Water Company, we balance about 14 million liters of water, swimming pool water every week. And we only do residential. We don't do any commercial stuff. All right. Strictly residential. So we have a customer base of around 300. And most of our people have been with us like 8 years plus. It's ridiculous. So, that's why we have the voting base. People are really happy with our company, and we have that support, which is appreciated. And then, like I say, with Aquatic Facility Training Ottawa, and I don't know what people are seeing on the screen, but over here in the little corner up here.
Well, if I put you on solo screen, then the awards will show up on the side, but in this angle,
so Aquatic Facility Training is where I go off and I do the training. So one of the big things I do through Aquatic Facility Training Ottawa is I teach for resorts in the Caribbean. So when you guys go down to the Caribbean and the pools are all nice and sexy, you're welcome.
You're welcome.
But, honest to goodness, though, I am that pool nerd. When I go down to these places, I always pack 2 of the small sackets of the pool of chlorine shock. I bring down test strips, the whole 9 yards, right?
They don't keep them at resorts, like they don't have their own. They don't provide it for you.
No,
I would think that it would.
No, I don't tell them I'm doing that
like
stuff. They get really
house.
ornery when you do. Like when they see me testing the water, they get really ugly about it, right? And then it's like, yeah, it's okay. I know what I'm doing. So.
Just some random guy shows up in beach shorts and just pulls out his little tester and dips up the water.
Well, Rob has a very weird sleeping style, so I'm normally up at like 4 o'clock in the morning. So I'm putting around when the only other people out there are going to be the pool guys and spa guys and stuff like that. So, yeah.
You hop right in and you're like, okay, yeah, chlorine's okay. There's no rash on my arm.
No, I've got to be honest with you. I think the last time I was actually in a resort swimming pool was 2017, something like that. So
that's hard to believe. You were just down in St. Lucia, no?
I go down to St. Lucia 3 or 4 times every winter to teach. I teach at a lot of the resorts down there, and these are big dollar resorts. The first one that I ever taught at down there was like $19,000 US per person per week, and it didn't include your meals.
Crazy. So when you're testing water, or when you are, so you're teaching the classes when you're down there, do you take like the students to the pool and show them this is how we do it? Like, Or do you
No.
just like it's just on screen type and like classroom training and that's it?
Well, unfortunately, most of these expos and conferences are being held at like convention centers, which don't have swimming pools. Plus, like it's hard to pack up 75 people and run them down to the swimming pool, right? I mean, people are, they start to
Everyone
wonder,
down
right?
to the pool.
We're being invaded. So no, we have videos of like a pump room tour and how to do the chemical testing. There are some things that I like to do in person. When we talk about aeration of water, I carry a little aeration machine. I carry a hydrogen generator to show how chlorine is manufactured from salt. Some of the little things I can kind of squeeze into my luggage, I'll bring
Yeah.
that along.
Oh,
But again, you got to remember when you've got a little jar like this and you've got a room that's like 50 feet long, the people at the back are not going to see it. So you're sort of kind of only catering to the front row.
well, you could probably use like a camera, like a webcam, and feed it into the screen.
I probably could, but like flying is
Maybe.
expensive as it is. Air Canada now charges for your first bag. So, to carry a second and a third bag just with miscellaneous stuff is not really cost effective. But
Yeah,
like I say, we get the point across with the videos that we have on file.
that's
And
good.
no, I have a very high passing rate. I'm somewhere in the mid 90s, and usually when people pass the course, they have a very good marks. So
Nice.
so I'm doing something right. I'm either getting
Yeah.
like the only smartest people, right, or the teaching is getting through on a level that people can understand.
Well, I think it's also very important when you're teaching that there's so many different learning styles of people, right? You get the visual learners, the hands-on learners, just the listening learners, things like that. So as most people know, or teachers know, they do a variety of things so that the point does get across. So you probably hit the nail on the head every single time you teach, and you can get it through all of your students. So that's probably why you're getting
Well,
good
I mean,
marks.
you're 100% right. I mean, there are different types of students. Okay, so we have the young kids that are like eager beavers and they want to prove that they can be the best right out of the gate. We have the older people who, like I had one in my last class. He's like, "Oh, I got back from vacation. They just tossed his book in my lap and said, 'By the way, you're on course Monday, Tuesday.'" And it's like, he says, "I'm too old for this." He said, "I'd rather quit my job than learn how to do a swimming pool." It's like, like I'll work with you, but I mean, with that attitude, right, it's not going to work out so great.
Yeah.
And then you have people who have a job where they need this certification to keep it, and you have other people who want to have something to put on their resume to apply for that job. So there's all sorts of different types of students that we come across, and like when push comes to shove, I'm not a professional teacher. I mean, technically I am because I get paid for it, right? But
And you're
I'm just a pool
certified.
guy. Yeah, but I'm just a pool guy.
You're just the pool
All right.
guy.
Well, no, I am. I'm just a pool guy. So when I'm teaching, I'm just telling people, hey, listen, this is my experience that I picked up, and I share that along with the book learning, right? I do practical learning. So,
Yeah.
like I try and explain things so that, people don't have to figure it out, because it took me years to figure some of this stuff out, right?
Yeah.
And then just recently, I started doing this kind of thing for the average homeowner, because I have people coming up to me all the time. It's like, oh, I'm losing my mind. My pool is always green. My water is always crap. And we can't enjoy our swimming pool even though we spent $70,000 to drop it in the backyard. And it's like, well, there's no need for that, right?
Yeah.
So I've developed like a homeowner, like a pool 101. And it's open to everybody. I mean, there's no geofence, right? Anybody anywhere can take the course because it's online. It's basically 1 hour on Zoom, because I use Zoom. And like we'll talk about anything you want to talk about. We'll cover all sorts of stuff that every homeowner should know.
Yeah. That's interesting because I I don't know. Like I know people that own pools, but I think they just get the chlorine thing and they kind of do it themselves and they manage things. But I suppose there come situations where it's like it gets so bad, they have no idea what's going on. Do you find that for the most part, is it the chemical reactions or is it the water? What has been like the biggest issue that people encounter?
Pool stores. Because you have to remember, these pool stores are very slow during the season, right? Or during the off season. And they hire young kids for the busy summer months. And, even though I do training for just about everybody, I haven't seen any of the pool stores in Ottawa sending people for the course, which means that they're training them in-house. So what happens is you have this kid who really doesn't know anything. They're just told 5 drops of this, 5 drops of this, and then tell them what the computer says. But if you don't understand what the computer is printing out, you're not going to get those results. All right. So for example, I'm going to throw this out at you. I'm going to ask you, how much chlorine, parts per million, how much chlorine does it take to kill algae in swimming pool water?
How many like drops?
No. Like when you go out and you measure your chlorine for your swimming pool, how much chlorine do you think that you'd have to have in there?
Well, if you're going by like a cup or something, I would.
No, I'll word it a different way.
Okay.
According to the health department, you have to have your chlorine between 1 and 5 parts per million, with an ideal range of 2 to 4 parts per million.
Okay. So I want to guess it's on the lower end, like maybe 2.
0.06.
Wow.
All right. So now knowing that, why do so many pools have algae in them?
Because they're putting too much chlorine in.
No, they're not putting, it's not the amount of chlorine. It's the other chemicals in the water that are affecting how the chlorine is working.
Oh, interesting.
Right? But when they go to the pool store is not equipped to be able to discern what chemicals are causing the interference. So what does the pool store say? Oh, you need this $60 bottle of algicide. Right? So the homeowner buys the bottle of algicide because, the clouds parted, the sun came out, and, they run out there and the bottle says, according to the size of your pool, you're going to need 200 milliliters.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, I'm going to put in 500 because if a little bit is good, a lot is going to be better, right?
The whole bottle.
This is what people do, right? And then it starts to clear up and then it goes green again, right? So they buy another bottle.
Oh my goodness.
Even though the algicide does work, if your chemicals are not balanced properly, then you're going to have that problem. So you have to remember too, algae isn't the problem in the swimming pool. Algae is the symptom. So until you correct the problem, you're always going to have the symptom.
Like any other kind of problems out there that are, interesting.
Yeah. So this is actually the exact course that I wrote to present down in Long Beach.
Wow.
So like I say, basic water chemistry, you can have a clean, clear, safe pool all summer long, no algae blooms. There are a bunch of different ways to make that happen, but the pool stores don't know them because they don't have that training.
There you go. So kids, when you set up your pools, you're going to fill it up. You know the man to go to.
Well, as crazy as it sounds, if somebody sends us an email, if somebody text messages, happy to help out. We don't charge for that kind of stuff. Right?
Yeah.
If we have to physically go to your pool, that's a different story. We have to charge, right?
Yeah.
But if somebody wants advice, we're on Facebook. I'm told I have a LinkedIn and an Instagram or something like that.
I tagged you on Instagram, but I was like, I couldn't find. No, it wasn't that I couldn't find you on Facebook. It was that sometimes I can't tag people on my business page. I don't know why. businesses can't tag other businesses on Facebook, and I'm like, this is nuts. Like,
Yeah,
Facebook,
okay,
fix
so
this issue.
I'm old. I suck at technology and all this social media stuff. Um, but I've found the exact same experience. And I think it's one of those things with your business page that you have to like that business page before you can tag somebody.
Maybe I'll have to try it
I
next time.
think that's what it is. But I mean, we're on that other thing there, YouTube. I have a
Yes.
YouTube channel.
Another
I put
thing.
up a bunch of videos to try and help people. I've been posting a whole bunch of videos on Facebook lately. So,
Oh, good.
like I say, find Robco Water, and all this information is there. And through Facebook, you're able to message directly to me, and I'm happy to answer you. If I'm sitting there watching reruns of I Love Lucy, I'd rather answer a pool question.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that's really good to know that someone can reach out to you for these problems, because just like you said, they may be Googling it themselves. They may be going and getting whatever tester and doing it themselves. And then again, like you said, oh, it looks like an algae problem. Then they run to the store and they're picking up a product that is just a Band-Aid solution. And it's going to happen over and over again where this issue just keeps coming back. So it's nice to be able to get to the root cause of something and be able to clear it up right away and be able to enjoy their pool all year, well, not all year round here, but for the summer.
For some people, not people
some
in
people have an
Alberta, but some
indoor,
people,
but
yeah.
Yeah. But there's a few people that have outdoor pools for the most part. I don't know. Where in Canada do you think they have the most outdoor pools?
It's hard to say. I think Ottawa, the average right now, there's like one pool for every 8 houses.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
BC,
there's a lot of pools.
I would think BC would have a lot of pools as well. I don't think Alberta has a few. Like, I think we got a few here, but not very many. So yeah, it's interesting. Good to know. Thank you for your information and for coming on. We're going to wrap up now. So is there any other little knowledge or tidbits that you want to give out? It doesn't have to do anything with the pool. It could be just life advice, anything you'd like to kind of give out there, and then we'll wrap up.
Sure. I put a 3-minute video, I think it was 3 minutes, video up on Facebook. You got to do your part if you want your pool to be good. All right. I shot that video in my slippers because all I did was walk around the swimming pool, make sure my basket was clean on my skimmer, make sure there was no dirt on the floor of the pool, made sure that there were no leaks at the equipment and the equipment was running nice and quiet. And that's it. If you do that little itsy bit each day, you increase the chances of enjoying your pool probably tenfold.
Amazing. And you can do it in your slippers.
And well, not my slippers. My slippers are mine. But
well,
yeah,
they're slides or something.
It doesn't take any special equipment, is what I'm saying.
Exactly. Just like, get up and do it. Well, some people, it takes motivation to get out there every single day. So,
Yeah, but the pool's out there. It's
exactly.
a big investment, and that's the other bugaboo that I have about swimming pools. People will go out and buy a $20,000 Nissan and say, no, it's got to go to the dealership for the oil changes.
Yeah.
But they'll put a $70,000 pool in the backyard, and it's like, weekend warrior, I got this.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. There you go. Yeah, it's maintenance as well. So that's definitely what you want to do, is keep on it. Because like you said, $70,000, you don't want it literally to go down the drain.
But you need one of those little sound boxes. You could have given yourself a rim shot on that one.
Yeah, I could have. I actually have a little.
There you go.
There we
There
go.
you go. Yeah, you deserved it. That was a good one.
Okay. Thank you, Rob, for coming on. We appreciate you. And again, anyone who has any questions for Mr. Pooh Boy over here, or if you just want to know what products to buy or just to catch his little video, head over to which page do you prefer? Anyone?
I don't even really know what to tell you. Like I say, most of my people contact me through Facebook.
Okay.
And it's not that I love Facebook. It's just everybody seems to be on there.
There you go. Head on over to the aquatic page, Aquatic Facility Training page, AQT.
Aquatic Facility Training Ottawa.
Oh, there you go.
Or Robco Water.
There you
Swimming
go.
pool services.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Rob. Have yourself a good weekend. Stay dry.
Thank you. Well,
You're
I
very
appreciate
welcome.
you having me on. It was great to be able to see you again because nobody knows this. But
Yes.
the last time we had problems, technical problems, so we had to defer to a later date. So I'm glad that I got to talk to you and see you again. And if you ever need me for anything else, you know how to get a hold of me.
Absolutely. Thank you. Have a great night.
All righty. Thank you.
Bye. Well, there we have it. Everyone can go and dry off now. We're out of the pool. But that's some good information to know, is why your swimming pool has too much algae or has too much chlorine, or there's a chemical reaction from something. Now you know who you can go to and contact. And no, don't necessarily run to the local pool store or Google, because sometimes they may not have the proper information there. So you can go right to a source and then have it right at your fingertips, right there, instead of Googling and trying to go through all these articles and trying to figure things out. So it's perfect, right at your fingertips. So anyone, good luck with your pools this summer. You know where to go. You can set them up right as well. Alberta, you're going to probably have to wait till after May long weekend to set yours up, because the snow, hopefully it's going to melt and go into your pool, maybe help it fill a little bit. Who knows? But with that, hope you guys have a great weekend. Thank you for tuning in. Go enjoy the Stanley Cup playoffs. Yes, I know they're playing. It's going to be fun. The Flames are out, unfortunately. It's okay. It's all good. Cheer for your Canadian teams. It'll be fun. And Wednesday, Dina and I are back with episode 2, season 8, the Shift Happens show, where we will be talking about teenage mental shifts. I think it's teenage shifts. But you'll see the post up. It'll be up on Monday. And with that, have yourselves a great weekend, everyone. Make sure you guys stay connected. Good night.